Going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday watch list. Market has been pretty crazy lately, and we have another big week coming up. So, going into this week, starting off with economic data, nothing much Monday, just 10 a.m. news, 7 a.m. news. Always be aware of like the reactions we get off that. Shouldn't be nothing major though. Wednesday is going to be a big day. CPI, Thursday, PPI, right? Usually these two happen in the same week. And then Friday, nothing major Friday. So Wednesday, Thursday really are the big days. Going right into the charts. Let's go right into SPY. So starting off with SPY, right? It's clear as day that we are on an uptrend, right? You guys can see lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, higher highs. And this is our most recent higher low here at 606, which is Friday's low. So you guys will see this is a higher low here, and this is a higher high. Now, those are the two main points that I need to be focused on for this upcoming week. If one of those two levels get taken out, that's going to give me a lot of sentiment. Now, SPY on the daily chart has two bearish candles here. We have a shooting star on Friday, just not closing above Thursday's high, right? We failed Thursday's high here. Tried to break above it, failed it, and we formed a shooting star candle. Thursday's candle was pretty bearish as well. And here, this is just signs of like some sellers starting to step in after a while. So on this recent higher low, if it gets taken out, then I believe we have room down into 604, which will be our this higher high from back here. So let's see what happens here. It is also a gap fill on the daily chart. Yes, so you have a little empty space here. It's nothing big, but it's there. That could be an area where we pull back to. Now, I wouldn't be like until we get below 600, that's where things could get really aggressive, right? But this could just be a slight pullback. We'll see what happens there because for SPY, it looks like it's starting to show weakness before QQQ. Because now look, so the second scenario before I get into that would be if we show strength above 609, room to 610, right? Just using the psychological levels. And if we just keep forming higher lows, higher highs, a break in retest of this area will give us room higher. But you guys will see SPY showing weakness before Qs. I go to QQ on the daily chart. What does QQ look like? This thing's just still looks so strong, right? There's no signs of weakness compared to SPY. SPY was already getting signs of weakness, but not this name. So there's a gap fill here from 519 down to 517. I'm not interested in that yet because we're so far away from it, right? So I'd have to look at our most recent higher highs and higher lows. This 524, 523.5 area. Watch that area for a bounce, actually, right? Because QQ still looks very strong. We have a low, higher lows, so on. We're holding this uptrend very well. And until this trend breaks, I'm not interested in shorts for Qs until we get below this area. That opens up room to 519 and then 517. So if we get below 524, 523.49, that will give us room down to Friday's low, 520 area. And then below that, 519.5, nothing but room to the gap fill at 517. So that would look nice. If we hold this area here, watch for the bounce back into 526.7. And then next psychological area is like that 530. But we do not have levels to trade off of since we are at highs. Now going into some individual names, I'm not too interested in a lot of them. The ones that are starting to show weakness is Apple. But even then, it's not bearish yet. Just because it's showing weakness, it's only 2 days of it like slowing down, and that's about normal after a huge rally like this, right? I could see Apple pulling back to this key level of previous supply here, turn to demand. So this would be very interesting for me. If we get a pullback down to here, this is the area I'll go long in. But this trade here will take time. This is just something I'm just watching. Let it develop, but a setup will present itself on this eventually. But yeah, Apple is starting to show weakness before some of these other names as well. Consolidating. Let's see if it gets below that 240, room down to that bounce area. Amazon just showing nothing but strength. So you see another individual name that's showing nothing but strength. Is something that I wouldn't want to chase at the moment, right? So I'd wait for some type of pullback or something. So as far as trading Amazon right now, not too interested. The one that I am interested, top watch for me, guys, is gonna be Microsoft. Because as you guys can see, Apple, what was it doing? Pushing with strength. Apple has been very strong. We broke out of highs. Amazon, we broke out of highs. Tesla starting to get that push towards highs. Meta broke out of highs. Which one is lagging behind these names? Microsoft and Google. So Microsoft is getting very interesting with this week's candle coming into a big level of supply. This is a big area of resistance here, guys. It's 450 area. You guys can see last time we came here, we rejected here and sold off. So I have an alert set there. I want to see a reclaim of this supply. Get above, hold. We have nothing but room into 455, and then the all-time highs in the 460s, 467. So this could get very interesting on Microsoft if it gets strong. I like that weekly candle, so let's see if we get a strong close above. But make sure it fully closes and holds above. This is supply, so it could reject here. And if it starts breaking down, breaking out of this trend line here, I would disregard the long side on it. Yeah. So for me to be confident in that long, I need to see it above, a break and hold above. And spine cues continue to show strength for Confluence. Now, there are some names that are starting to slow down right now as well a little bit, which is NVIDIA. It had a nice rally, and now we have, let's go to the weekly here. Weekly chart, beautiful trend line that's still holding, right? Low, higher low, higher low. Weekly candle didn't close all that great. We had a longer upper wick here, which represents sellers pushing this down. We had a big resistance here at 144, 145, yeah, 144 area. We broke above, did not hold above. Now that we're back below, that area is resistance again, here and here. You guys can see here, rejection, rejection, bounce. Now that we are below it, that is a main area that I will be watching for a rejection. Notice how on the smaller time frames, we had a head and shoulders, left, head, right. Neckline. We missed the right shoulder. It's okay. A neckline retest is still valid on this setup. So a neckline retest, which would be around this area of supply, here for NVIDIA. Beautiful supply here. Turn demand here. Back below. So it's supply again. Retest of that would open up room down to potentially 140, 138. Now on the daily chart, it also looks like an evening star. So just something interesting. Last week we caught this whole move up from this morning star, and now we're forming an evening star. Very interesting. I made about 7K on this run up. Pretty crazy. Everything on the watch list in the broadcast channel, guys. If you guys aren't in the broadcast channel, I update my watch list daily. So this week we just killed it. We caught Nvidia, QQQ, Tesla, even caught this AMD pop to the upside. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. Moving forward though, AMD showing weakness right now. It's not a name I'm too interested in. Weekly chart looks good for continued downside, right? We just came to that 90 MA close with a shooting star. I'd watch these recent lows here. 133, 132 area. I'd watch this area. If this level gets taken out, it could open up the room a lot lower. It could open up the door for a lot lower, maybe like 128 and then down to the 125s. Should be interesting. Fell to really just hold. Meta. Meta still showing strength right now, guys. My main watch is if it can get to 600 and bounce. 600 bounce would be amazing, but that's still a long way down. So right now, we're just forming higher lows and higher highs. Recent higher high was here at 619, broke above. I'll look for a retest for a move down, for a move back into 630. So it's important to wait for Confluence this week, guys, with SPY and QQQ. Are they going to continue to show strength? If so, we can use that for Confluence to trade the individual names that show strength, which has been Microsoft and this one here now, Meta. Now for the name, if SPY and QQQ get weak, then we can use that for Confluence for the names that are lagging behind and that are already starting to show weakness. For example, that NVIDIA setup, right? If the market gets weak. Apple pullback. the market gets weak. AMD if the market gets weak. These names are already weak, so just some extra confidence. Google's another name that's showing strength right now, still on a very strong uptrend. Not too interested in it, but we'll see what happens with this name. Tesla, pretty crazy. I'm not gonna be chasing this name, but psychological key level 400 and all-time highs here at 414 and then that 400 area. Be very careful here, guys. You don't want to be chasing, but it's showing an insane amount of strength. We literally called this out in the broadcast channel too. Clear as day, uptrend, break out of a key level, which was here. It's an ascending triangle. And next psychological key levels was like the 370, 380, and that 400. So beautiful move here. Let's see what happens at these highs. Do we reject? Do we break and hold above? Something that I will definitely be keeping an eye on. So watch those highs on Tesla since that's the next area we're pushing towards. But main setup for me, guys, most likely going to be Microsoft. I'm going to keep an eye on NVIDIA and then spying cues. Let those be the ones that give me confidence and confluence for the names I'm trading. Last one's SMCI. SMCI is right. We bounced off the weekly 200 SMA. Daily chart showing some strength. And I personally haven't traded this name since the stock split, but we are at key levels before split, which was this area here. Huge demand here. Broke below here, use it as supply here, and here we are sitting into supply. But we're coming up with strength though. Weekly candles pretty bullish, daily, and 4 hour after hours. If we reclaim and hold that area, it could open up the room higher. But other than that, probably not my favorite top watch, but it's up there though with like after NVIDIA, Microsoft. I think these are two will be the ones for me this week. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys have an amazing trading week and feel free to drop any questions in the comments. Join the broadcast channel. And if you guys did want to learn more in depth, I do have a course as well. It's in my Instagram bio. Instagram is _Lex Trades. And I will be doing a sale. You guys can use code Christmas for 30% off. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great trading week this week. Peace.